Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jimmer. Today we're going to try to figure out what in the world is Endzone 2. The game is a sequel to the first Endzone, and they've improved on a lot of things from the original, but most importantly, what I want to point out is that the game is on early access, and it still is not fully feature-packed. But from what I've seen so far in the game, they've made a lot of improvements, they've added a lot of features. Graphically, it mostly looks the same, which is not a bad thing because the original was not an ugly game to look at. But from what I can see and remember, I haven't really played the first one in a while. I didn't play them back to back, but I can honestly say that the graphics are just fine. There's a few camera motions that I'd like to see improved, as well as other things that I'm going to talk about. But it is an early access game. They still have a lot to go on with development, but what we have here so far is a pretty comprehensive game, and I'm definitely eager to take a look at it. The game comes out in what is it, the 24th today, so in 2 days after recording this video, in early access, of course. But the publisher, Assemble Entertainment, has given me their blessing to kind of make content as I'd like. So that's good. Thank you, guys. You're very cool, very responsive on Twitter, as always. And the developer for the game is Gentlymad Studios, of course. So let's get to it. As always, we're going to take a look at the options here. For the general options, we have some English. Skip start screen. I'm going to click that because I've already seen it. Cursor mode, no restriction. That means you can go outside of the borders here if you want to, which is nice. Auto say I use the WASD keys, to move the camera, or the right click, which is pretty intuitive. I really like the mouse movement in this game. You have a few options here: screen shake, camera move speed, rotation speed, and all the good stuff. I found these satisfactory. I'm not worried about it too much. Aspect ratio is really good. User interface, so that it scales with my ultra wide, which is nice. Looking at the graphics options, not a whole lot to go on, but this is a lighter game, so it's kind of to be expected. Do bear in mind, I'm not sure. I'm really hoping that there's a patch coming out on the 26th for the game, like a day one patch, because switching VSync off, at least when I tried it, it crashed my game completely, so that's something you should worry about. The game is running at 144 FPS on full screen, and VSync on. G-Sync is working, no problem, no tearing whatsoever. This is pretty smooth. I'm also recording at 120 FPS, and I'm going to upload it to YouTube. Hopefully it looks good. The bitrate is at 100 megabits per second. Texture quality, bloom, sharpen, shadow quality, anti-aliasing, and ground fog. Not a lot to go about. There's no geometry complexity option or anything. I haven't noticed any depth of field either, which I really hope they don't add to the game at all. Or if they do add any post-processing, please add it separately and separate the options. Do not bundle everything under one setting, like vignetting and chromatic aberration and depth of field and blur and motion blur and all that stuff. I personally would like for those things to not be in games at all, because they just deteriorate the image. But some people like them. Give people the option, separate them. Don't add them into one setting that most developers do. Master volume, music volume, game volume, UI volume, voiceover volume, ambient sound level, and voice volume of geyser counter. I don't know what that word is. But voice control galore over here. You can adjust any volume meter that you want, which is really good. That's what we like to see. And controls, which I haven't really messed with, but some of them cannot be rebound, as you can see, which you wouldn't want to anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much it with the settings. We have a roadmap here. Let's take a look at the roadmap. Looks like it's loading, so this is bound to change, I believe, because this is not, set, of course. Current or journey begins. Almost time to celebrate. Endzone 2 early access starts at 26th of August. Doesn't say anything about a patch, but here's patch number 1, September. Okay, so that kind of answers my questions, I guess. Advancements to settler simulation, fixes, stability improvements, and quality of life improvements. I'd like to see a few quality of life improvements, but for the most part, the game is doing pretty good. Let There Be Light in October is the next roadmap update. Electricity, upcycling turn-specific ruins into buildings. This is a cool feature. We didn't have that in the previous game. And content, new side missions and POIs. Points of interest is what I'm guessing that means. Cool. We don't know what the fourth one is, if there is one. I would like to... I did ask the publisher, and I asked them, is there... How long is it going to be under early access? What's kind of the thought process and expectation behind that? They were pretty vague on the answer. I don't think they know exactly how long it's going to take, or if they do, they're not going to tell us yet. I kept asking them for a while on what the release date of the game would be when it was not certain, and they were pretty secretive about it too. So we're going to continue the session here, and I haven't progressed a whole lot. I did tell the publishers on Twitter that I don't mind that the game is early access. They have a good track record. The developer has a good track record. They're not going to abandon. I don't believe they're going to abandon the project. I have complete and utter faith into these people. However, as a personal preference of mine, I don't like playing games that are early access until they're fully released. So then I can judge, hey, is this game what was promised? Did they cut corners, cut features? Or did they actually deliver on what they promised? I have complete faith that Assemble Entertainment and Gentlymad Studios are going to work just fine on the game. But I would like to see a complete vision of the game, as well as a planned full release date, so I can actually really get into it. Because the first game was really fun. But after a while of doing everything and exploring all the ruins and doing all the DLC, it pretty much not stales out, but kind of stops giving you an insight. So you're kind of stuck there thinking, okay, what do I do now? So we're going to pause the game here. This is my second settlement that I have created. I'm really hoping that the bitrate of the game is good. If not, then we are going to have somewhat of an issue. But for now, we're not going to worry about it. This is going to be my first attempt at this. And it's a good learning experience. This is my first settlement here. Now, they kind of changed how you do expeditions. You have your little cars here. This is my buggy. I unlocked it in one of the expeditions. Then you have this guy here, the Pathfinder. It's a little slower, but it holds a lot more items in it. And the way you explore ruins is by just controlling them and moving around and kind of going places. So if you have these arrows, that just means you can harvest the resources that you find here. So we got some wood. And now this is complete. You can go to the next option. I'm not sure. This is one of the completed ones that I did. So I'm gonna take all this stuff with me, infinite, so we can make it a little bit faster. And then we'll go here, take everything, and bring it back to the new base. Where'd my other car go? Oh, it's doing a... So I created a transport, but there's no resources to be transferred, so I don't know why it's doing it. I was gonna check that out here soon. This is my current progress on the settlement here. We got the water jetties. We have the cisterns. We have the houses here, the town center. As you can see, the new feature that they brought for this game is if you place buildings near other buildings or facilities near buildings that require it, it generates a boost. So the quickest example I can think of is this recycler here. It turns scrap into plastic. Now, when you go into the building here, let's see, recycler, what am I? Which one is it? This one maybe? No. Why am I having such a hard time with this? There we go, recycler. Right, so you click this, it shows you need to be close to a scrapyard. So when you place this close to a scrapyard, it gives it a boost. You don't have to do that. The workers will still find the materials. It's going to be a little bit slower, but it will create a generated boost for you. So that's what you have to worry about. Not worry about, but it will make things faster. There's another building here. Let's see, fishery. It needs scrap, it needs wood, and it needs a workshop. The workshop will require the tools. It will generate the tools required for the fishery to work. Problem is, when you are building out your base, you're not really worried about a fishery and its location. You're kind of trying to spread things out. But once you know that this is going to be a requirement, then on the second playthrough, you're going to kind of put a little bit more work into designing your city. And it's going to be challenging to put all the buildings together and in the vicinity that they need to be in order to generate all the boost that you can. But I think that's kind of the fun of the game. It's the challenge in figuring out what to do. So this has a question mark, which are missing resources. It is missing water and it's missing fiber. So this is how the camera rotates. You can pivot it and angle it. I wish to be able to angle it a little bit more this way. Not this way. You can do almost perfect top-down view. I want to be able to kind of see more, a little bit more freedom on the camera. I know the performance is going to take a tank, but let me worry about that. As you can see, this needs... Is this inactive? Is that why? Do we need fiber here? What's going on? Okay, it's using all the fiber generated from this. Okay. I'm gonna worry about that too much. So, that's the new mechanic. That's one of the new mechanics that they created. It's gonna be having your resources close to other resources that they require. I did not know this. That's kind of unfortunate. These houses are getting a negative impact on the pollution and the noise. I wish I'd known that so I can place this building here. You can't move buildings. I think it's a little bit of a cop-out when the developers give you the option to move buildings. I think that part of the appeal of these games is to kind of deal with the consequences of your actions and saying fuck it, you know, it is what it is. I fucked up. I gotta take it and move on. Roll with the punches. Maybe I build some new buildings, some new houses over yonder. It's gonna be close to the graveyard. I put this here. I don't think you have to put it away, but as a logic base, I kind of did that. Water looks good. Really nice water simulation. It's pretty basic. It kind of reaches the edge here with no foam developed. The grass, yeah, it's pretty nice. It's still early access, like I said. I would like to see a feature where pressing shift makes the camera go faster. That'd be nice. So each base is going to have your different requirements. This is the swamp base. I have to build a swamp farm here because I don't have the right resources here. I don't see a mission anymore on this one. I'm kind of going through it. There is also the research bar. I need to research that, don't I? I need to unlock that and then research. Here we go. Swamp farm is being researched. Initially, I hadn't noticed that this was here, and I was kind of like, okay, how long is this research going to take? I kept clicking this, and it was pausing the game, but here it is, which is nice. So when you're holding down the keys to move the camera, you cannot hold the right click to move it as well. I'd like to see that change, but for now, what I'd like to do is transfer all this stuff here. I think we have to build some houses here, don't we? Okay. First of all, we're gonna build a water jetty because these people need water. Running out of water real fast. I'm gonna have to build a fishery. I don't know what that is, but it won't let me build there. And I'm going to build once this is done, I'm gonna build a swamp farm. For now, I think that's all these people need. Maybe a nah. I can find wood. That's not the problem. I can just transfer things if I have to. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna try to find some more expeditions here. I already completed this. I don't know why it still has that check mark. Do they all have the check mark? I think maybe they do. So I'm gonna go here. I have a lockpick. These are items that you find on your expeditions. I have an axe, lockpick, ladder, and generator. Got it. Which is nice. I have 5 settlers, which is cool. Oh, actually, I have to build houses for these guys, don't I? I'll go here. Build 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say 5. Missing resources. And I'm running out of what? What does a house need? It needs plastic. Okay, so we're gonna go into the trade route here. Edit transport route. We're gonna have to load some plastic. Let's say we do 5 at a time. Select and unload. So this is pretty much exactly like Anno, which is pretty cool. I don't mind it. I'm not gonna hate it. It's pretty nice. If you don't have enough resources to build a building, it turns into blueprint. So once it's ready to be built, you can click that. I wish it was done automatically, but it's not being done automatically. So. Is this guy stuck? Oh no, I have paused the game.
On my way.
Let's go this way. I think I see some buildings here. And we're gonna make the game work a little bit faster.
All clear.
What do we got? Transfer, just some stuff and some things. Okay, here we go. Expeditions. Nice.
These factory grounds are less damaged than the rest of the wastelands.
Let's see what we can find here. Okay, so if you press space, it shows you points of interest. And again, you have a total progress on the research. The more progress you make, the more research points you achieve, and you need those knowledge points to do research and unlock new buildings and new resources. If you right-click, you move. If you right-click twice, you sprint. Container was probably going to have some resources. We got this pallet here. I do like that it kind of gives you the option to press space. Sometimes I do look a lot for things. This is probably a bug and not an intended feature, but you can have more than 4 items. When you leave an expedition, you have to leave one of the items behind. It won't let you take everything at once. So
I can't do it.
Let's see, ladder. There's a ladder here already. We have one, so we're gonna abandon that ladder. Let's check it. Let's go back down here.
Let's go.
Let's pick up this axe.
There's an axe here.
Cool. Now I have 2 axes. I'm gonna leave one behind.
I'll
Bottom
do it.
support.
From here, maybe we can
Let's
get
build
to the other
this,
side
which is
somehow.
nice. And I can take it again on my way out if I want to, which I will. Because some items that you need in expeditions, you don't find on the certain expeditions. So I was in another building that needed a lockpick that I needed to return to. And I couldn't open a chest, or a safe, rather, because it didn't have a lockpick. And now that I have a lockpick, I can pick this, and it is iodine. That's pretty good. That's iodine for,
On the road.
radiation. That's cool. Let's pick this back up. Go down the ladder. I'm not gonna take the ladder. I'm gonna have to leave it anyway. So after you're done, you can go back. I'm gonna try to take everything here, which is nice. I'm gonna leave the axe and I'm gonna leave the plank. And what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna take my truck. I'm going to go back to this base.
On my way.
I'm gonna leave, let's say, the ladder and the generator. Well, first of all, I'm gonna drop everything. There we go. I'm gonna drop the axe because I'm gonna pick an axe up anyway. I'm gonna leave the ladder. I'm gonna go back here and I'm gonna pick up the rest of the stuff. The game could move a little bit faster. The fastest option. Oh, damn it. Okay, well, it is what it is. Let's see here. We got some tools and some stuff and some things, which is nice. Pick up this stuff. Is this an expedition?
Engine running.
Yep, it is. So let's check it out.
These factory grounds are less damaged than the rest of the wastelands.
I forgot you already selected. So.
On the road.
Let's take a look at the car. Container, barrel, container. Oh man, I don't have my blowtorch. It's on the other truck. Hopefully I can find one here. But I wouldn't be too hopeful about that. Nothing here, which is nice. Let's go up the ladder. Air conditioner. Wow, that's pretty intense. What did I find? I found a plant encyclopedia. Okay, it can be used in expeditions. Oh, what am I missing? Oh, the container here, yeah. Okay, I have to come back for this, which is not a problem. I will trade the plank with the encyclopedia, however. And you get the idea.
Is running out. If nothing changes, it'll be the end of us.
Okay, so where is water running out? Here. Oh, okay, so this is one complaint I have about the game. It's kind of annoying that... I'm going to move this guy. Okay, it's kind of annoying that the game doesn't automatically assign workers to places. So the water jetty here... Well, this is the fishery. I'm going to put one guy here. And let's see. How is this going to work? Okay, now we're net positive. If you take a look here, it kind of shows you the turnover. 15 per minute. And 3 per minute. So maybe add another fisherman so we can be in a little bit higher net positive. And that's pretty good. We're not going to be running out of water anytime soon. Trade all the resources that I found. I'm pretty full on scrap. I'm going to drop that. I'm going to drop the axe. And then I'm actually going to wait for this car to get back so I can get the blowtorch from it. And continue and complete that. So I really wish that the game would actually automatically assign people to places, to workplaces, which is not a massive deal. You can kind of keep an eye out. But as you can see, this needs to be placed. Okay, so that's what that was. Cool. I'm gonna place you here-ish. Right here. And then I'm going to wait for you to be finished. Push here. You see all the master builders coming into town. Oh, hold on here, buddy. Drop that. And then you take that. There we go. That kind of worked out. Now you're going to go back here. And I'm going to open that building. This is getting built. Expedition.
Let's go.
Let's go.
These factory grounds are less damaged than the rest of the wastelands.
There we go.
Let's see what we can find.
Show me the money. What was it? 10 iron and lead vest. Alright. That worked out. And now I can take my plank back as well and get out. Oh, no, I cannot. And expedition. Bada bing, bada boom. It's simple as that. It's a lot more fun than the previous ones, I will admit. I do like the expeditions a lot more this way. It gives you a little bit more interactivity, and you don't have to wait for a timer for people to get where they have to go. It's just, it makes a lot more sense the way it is now. I do prefer it. It's a massive improvement from before. 89 and 100. Here's that. Put some workers on this.
We've already set up the first part to
Cool.
produce medicine. The pharmacist produces medicine.
And then you have to build a pharmacist. So we're gonna go here. Oh, I have to research pharmacist, don't I? Where is the pharmacist? Here we go. Oh, wow. It's way out there. So we're gonna have to... I cannot research that yet. I have to do a hut. I have to do market, pavilion. So as you can see, research, it's pretty intuitive. I like it. It's 3 categories. I'm sure they're gonna add more researches, or maybe not. If they do, I wouldn't mind it. As a package so far, the game is pretty good. I'm gonna stop right here because I honestly, personally do not want to get further into it because I fear, or at least half expect, that the more the game develops and the more stuff they add to it, there's probably a good chance that old save files are not gonna work. So I'm early enough in this game. This is kind of the tutorial. It kind of sets you up, and then after you've done the tutorial, I'm suspecting that you can just play the game. So after this part is done, the tutorial is done, it's going to tell you, okay, now you do you, boo-boo, you do whatever the fuck you want. And I don't know, I wouldn't want to start over, but if I had to start over, I'm pretty early in the game that it's going to not be a huge issue if I start over. So that's Endzone 2. I'm expecting to make more videos on it as more updates go by, come around. And once again, thank you to Assemble Entertainment for providing the key. You guys are awesome, and I wish you all the best with this endeavor. Thanks again. Hope you enjoyed this, hope you found it useful, and I hope to see you on the next one. Peace.